So my name is Alain Benitez, and today I'll be showcasing to you my CSS code or my JavaScript code for event listeners. So to start off, we're going to go back to the browser, and I did an event listener in the home page that adds on to these articles. When you click on load more, 6 more articles get included into in what you're reading. Click it again, 6 more get added, and so on. And in the forms page or contact page in the form, if the user leaves something blank, pop-up would come up saying that this uh, text field can't be blank, and the same thing with messages. But when you go in and you type something in, it goes away. Move that, click away, and it pops up. So let's go to the code. So for this, even though I'm just checking if all of the values are blank, I couldn't use one uh, one function because of where the message would pop up on and how I styled my the form. So the first 2 lines, or text fields and labels, they're not floating or in line with each other. I specifically moved one over because if I tried using float or I tried using inline block, the width of the text fields just collapsed and they wouldn't respond to any padding, margin, or size adjustments in CSS. So that's why I moved it. Specifically moved it to where I wanted it to be, and with that, to have the error message pop up in the correct location, I had to specifically put I had to specifically make different unique functions for each of them. They all do the same thing. However, the only difference is that their class selector is different. So in the CSS, I could go in and manually put where I wanted the error message to be located. So in the function, I get the target, I get the parent, error message, check for if the length is empty or not, and then check if the error message is already there or not. And if it isn't, then include the error message. Otherwise, remove it once it's supposed to be removed. And then moving on to the home page, I went with I used Ajax again to load in the JSON file to grab the information needed. I inputted in with adjacent HTML because since there's nothing there, I wrote out all the new article and just in a for loop, so it ran 6 times because that's how many posts there are, and it includes it in the correct place. I was having some trouble with this because it was giving me the I couldn't select the correct location. All the CSS selectors I was trying to use would just either not work or put it in the wrong place. It always, no matter what I tried using, it just go to the first article and just dump everything inside that rather than under all the individual articles. So I just put a class selector on the last button or p tag, because I wanted because that's the button is inside that last p tag. So I wanted it to go in before begin. So before the p tag, put it everything in front of that. So essentially pushes the button down and all the content is above it, staying in the same container. And that's about it. Oh, also, it's a button obviously. So the event listener, unlike the other ones were blur, this one was a click event. So whenever the button gets pressed, that's when the event gets fired. Thanks for listening.